Yes, I am looking a little worse for the wear. I know I haven't done any reviews in the last week and a half or 2 weeks or so, but I'm back now, baby. And here we are. Impact review for May 16th, 2013. Well, we're still in Tupelo, Mississippi, and then we get the Hulkster coming down the ring, brother. And he went to call out Abyss and thank him for what he did last week in helping TNA against Aces and Eights. And well, we don't quite get Abyss though. But we get the other member of the Park family, Joseph, and he wants to issue a challenge to Devon, and so they end up Devon and D'Lo Brown end up coming to the ring, and he ends up making a match for later on the show between Joseph Park and D'Lo Brown. If Joseph Park wins, he gets a shot at Devon the TV title. I'm guessing that'll be at Slammiversary, assuming he wins. But he also doesn't care about AJ if he joins the Aces and Eights or not. And he also announces a contract signing for later on the show between Bully Ray and Sting. So, pretty good opening segment. And he kind of set up a couple things that would happen later on in the show, so it was a good start. Let's see if I can put two segments into one here. First match was Bobby Roode against Chavo Guerrero. I didn't really care about this match a whole hell of a lot. Not to say that it was a bad match or anything, but Storm ends up coming down the ring and spits beer into Bobby Roode's face, which caused the DQ. Then he also gets involved in the match between Hernandez and Christopher Daniels. Storm causes the distraction on Daniels, and Hernandez gets to roll up in the pin. Basically, what this sets up is a fatal four-way match at Slammiversary for the Tag Team Championship. You got the Wet Dream Team, you got Team Stereotype, you got the champions Chavo and Hernandez, and you got James Storm and a mystery partner. How funny would it be to see Braden Walker, a.k.a. Wildcat Chris Harris, come back and reform America's Most Wanted? How funny would that be? Then Kurt Angle ends up into the ring, and he's calling out AJ Styles for what happened last week, for him deserting him and Sting. But doesn't get him, but he does get Mr. Anderson. And he just basically more or less says that AJ Styles is all but in the Aces and Eights, and they're going to have a kind of a swearing-in ceremony next week, I guess you could say. And then finally you see AJ who comes from the crowd, jumps over the railing, and looks like he's going to attack him, but doesn't do it. But then he ends up hitting a jumping enziguri on him, which lays him out, and he leaves the ring to Aces and Eights music. So, if anything, they're really trying to sell you in the fact that AJ is going to be in the Aces and Eights. So I don't really think this is going to happen. I think what's really going to happen is I don't see him being with TNA. I still see him as this loner type, and I think that would be awesome. At least up until Bound for Glory, when maybe he will get another shot at the title, at the world title at their biggest pay-per-view of the year. Alright, then you had the Battle of Gut Check winners. It was Jay Bradley against Christian York. Winner goes to Slammiversary for a shot to get into the Bound for Glory series. I think this is a great concept that they're doing here. It'd be nice to have somebody that you wouldn't expect to get into the BFG series, so I like this idea. Bradley ends up getting the win with the boomstick clothesline, and well, another thing that was nice, they both had promos before the match, and then after Bradley's win, Christy Hemme talks to him, and Bradley gets another promo, so hey, win-win for me. Alright, your 1 hour main event segment was Knockout non-title match between Velvet Sky and Gail Kim. I've seen this match plenty of times. Velvet's still selling the knee injury, and ends up getting the roll up on Gail to win, and Gail attacks her afterwards and goes all Bret Hart on her again and puts her in that figure four around the ring post, and wow, that's all you can say about that. Didn't really care about this match either. Alright, then you had the X Division title match, but first you had promos from all three combatants, Kenny King and Chris Sabin and Petey Williams. It's a nice 7.5, 8-minute match. Kenny King retains over Petey Williams. It's kind of what you expected. You kind of keep King and Sabin together, so just means that Petey's going to do the job here, and then with Suicide coming back next week, that's probably going to be your, I would think that would be your X Division match for Slammiversary, so I got no problem with this. This was a good match itself. Alright, then you had your Joseph Park versus D'Lo Brown match. This actually wasn't that bad. You kind of had that feeling that Joseph Park was going to win this match, but and he did, but it's not until he got busted open and he was filming he was parking up, I guess you could say. Instead of hulking up, brother, he's parking up, and he kind of morphed into Abyss, his brother, and nails D'Lo with the Black Hole Slam, and that's all she wrote. So he's gonna get a shot at Devon, probably at Slammiversary for the television title. Yeah, you might as well put it on Joseph Park. I mean, Devon sure as hell ain't doing nothing with it. Well, then you had your main event segment, Sting and Bully Ray contract signing. But as Bully Ray said, it's not really a contract signing so much as it is a contract negotiation, if you will. So let me get this straight. You got a 54-year-old man in the Stinger who, I'm as big of a market for Sting as anybody, no pun intended, but as big of a market as I am for Sting, he shouldn't be getting world title shots anymore. I mean, if you saw the match 2 weeks ago, against Matt Morgan, he could barely move. He could barely get his own finisher on him, and then he made Morgan pass out. Okay, but then Hogan comes out and after being called out by Bully Ray, and Bully Ray wants the stipulation that if Sting loses, he never gets another title match. I'm definitely okay with that, because I mean, yeah, Sting is a legend and everything, but he should not be in the title picture no more. You are too old, buddy. And Sting wants a no-hold-barred match, so, and I like that idea okay too. And they end up going at it fist and fire at the end of the show. It's a really intense segment, and I thought it was a very good segment. So that's how your show ended for this week. Well, my final thoughts on this show are this. I think the main event segment was good, especially if the stipulations. Sting loses, he never gets another title shot. That would be great. And Sting wants the no holds barred provision, that's good too. But I really hope that with it being Sting's last title shot, that he doesn't win. I mean, God, that would be probably the worst thing that TNA could do. And as far as the 4-way tag team title match, it's like, I think it's going to be interesting to see what kind of a partner James Storm digs up. And I'm really interested to see what happens with AJ next week. Does he really join the Ace and Eights, or is he still going to be Loner AJ, I guess you could say. But anyway, I just want to know what you thought of the show down below. And subscribe up above if you haven't already. And I am Marvelous Mark signing off, and I will talk to you all later.